Is this true?
Every word.
Cyrax points to Sector.
You knew about this, didn't you?
I share his vision for the Lin Kuei. We won't be bound by Liu Kang's limits.
Breaking our traditions, our vows, I won't stand for it!
Which is why we kept you from the truth.
Now that you know, you are a threat to the Lin Kuei, and you must be imprisoned alongside my brother. Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sub-Zero slides on ice shards which stab up through his victim's abdomen and skull. He then chops down with an ice war hammer.
You are no longer my grandmaster.
Fight!
How was I fooled by your lies?
An excellent question, Cyrax.
Kuai Liang, I have no words. In my heart, I doubted this mission, but in the rush to prove myself,
That's no excuse.
Cyrax drops her gaze.
No, it is not. There can only be one punishment.
She drops to one knee and bows her head. Glaring, Scorpion shifts his stance. His right hand reaches for a sword on his back. He grips its handle. Behind him, the dark-haired Harumi lays a gentle hand over his. Scorpion's expression immediately softens as he meets her eyes.
Please, Kuai Liang. She was deceived. Give her mercy. Your gift to me on our wedding day.
She gives a soft smile. Scorpion releases his grip on the sword.
As you wish. But no, you are not forgiven. This day has seen too much Shirairyu blood.
Cyrax remains on one knee and nods. As Scorpion glares at her, Raiden approaches with Kenshi.
The Lin Kuei retreat. We've turned them away.
Thank you, Raiden. And also to the Shaolin. I am sorry to have entangled you in my family's squabble. Detain Bihan and Sector. We will deal with them upon our return to the compound.
Respectfully, no. Their crimes are not only against you, but against Earthrealm and Outworld. Their fate lies in the hands of Lord Liu Kang and Empress Melina.
In the throne room of Sundo's palace, Sector and Sub-Zero kneel with their hands bound.
Spare their lives? Are you mad?
I agree. They must answer for aiding Shao's rebellion. And of course, I leave their punishment to you. But killing them will neither restore Sindel, nor ease your loss.
But it will give me great pleasure.
Kitana walks up.
Empress, please.
When Shao's rebellion ended and he was imprisoned, my advisors also urged mercy to smother the seditious fire he'd lit. But it stayed, smoldering among his followers. And when Shao escaped from his cell, it reignited. Now, my sister's armies are stretched to their limits.
And as always, Earthrealm's might is at your disposal to help deal with Shao's threat. What I ask in return is that together, we try to break the cycle of violence as partners in peace.
Liu Kang gestures to Sub-Zero and Sector.
What's this?
Across the throne room, swirling pink light forms a portal. Several pairs of booted feet step through. Chaos versions of Giras, Raiden, Kenshi, and others glare with glowing orange eyes. Their skin is heavily scarred, and all are clad in red, blue, and gold.
Interlopers from yet another timeline.
Yes. But whose?
As the newcomers snarl, a severed head flies from the portal. Blood spurts from the neck stump. When it rolls to a stop, Titan Havoc's mutilated face stares from a full metal helmet. Heavy boots approach the head. Titan Havoc's body reaches down and secures his own head back on with a smile.
Havik.
The cleric of chaos is a keeper of time. This day will not end well.
How can it not? I finally meet the man who inspired my life's work. Thank you, Lord Liu Kang.
Spare me the theatrics, Havik. Explain.
I fought against you at the pyramid, alongside Titan Shang Tsung. He came to my timeline and sought my aid. Until then, I'd no inkling other timelines existed, let alone that they could be made to fight.
That is why you are here. To pit my timeline against yours in combat.
Yours, mine, all timelines. You cannot imagine the chaos.
Can I presume the next death you seek is mine?
That comes later. For now, I only need him.
He jabs a finger at Giras. Behind Titan Havoc, Chaos Kenshi and another man, Chaos Takeda, step forward. They extend metal gauntlets, and glowing tendrils shoot forth to wrap around Giras's arms. The other fighters from Titan Havoc's timeline charge. Liu Kang dodges two wielding clubs. Kung Lao leaps and spin kicks another.
We are finished if Geras is abducted. We must break free.
Sub-Zero freezes and shatters his handcuffs.
The odds are not in our favor.
We are Ungari, Chameleon. We won't fail.
Tanya stands with a silver-haired woman, Chameleon. As Sub-Zero charges the invaders, Sector eyes her.
Better to let real warriors handle this.
Sub-Zero fires an ice ball at Chaos Giras. Tanya batters him with her section staff. Chaos Giras parries both, but loses ground when Sub-Zero freezes his hands together. Nearby, Chameleon twirls her staff to smack a Chaos Quan Chi. She receives several hard blows from her attackers. Sector decloaks and knocks one aside.
You and Sub-Zero won't earn the Empress's mercy. Once set, her mind doesn't change.
We are not fighting for her mercy. We are fighting for our lives.
Fight!
So much for chaos magic.
Fight.
You have no business here.
More Umgadi charge in, but an airborne Natara sprays them with blood. One throws a spear through her wing, and she collides with a chandelier. Chaos Raiden electrifies the floor.
My sisters!
That would be foolish and unnecessary.
Sector stops Chameleon, then unfolds her gun arms to open fire. Chaos Raiden blocks the bullets, then blasts them both out of the throne room. More Chaos minions set upon Sector and Chameleon. Chaos Raiden pulls his compatriots to their feet.
Deal with them.
Chameleon finishes a minion with a sweep kick, then looks at Sector.
Your weapons need work. They were defeated easily.
They saved your sisters, did they not? Time for them to finish the job.
Fight.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Shang Tsung injects his victim with a green syringe. The toxin causes bones to mutate out of their innards like roots.
Are all Lord Havoc's mages useless?
It is your choice. I can give you freedom.
Now have you had enough?
You are a good fighter.
It is not just you Umgadi who train from birth. My parents raised me to be Lin Kuei. My skills are their legacy.
Palace's hanging gardens glimmer in the night. Chameleon and Sector fight through more minions. Inside, Giras is still immobilized by the magic tendrils.
With me!
Kung Lao and Raiden follow Liu Kang, but Titan Havoc lands in front of them. Liu Kang fires the dragon's tail burst of flame. Kung Lao and Raiden attempt to follow up, but Titan Havoc knocks them away. He rips off his own head, spraying blood as he smacks down each of his 3 attacks. He reattaches it with a twisting motion.
His skills, they're unnatural.
How do we fight them? Trust your training and each other to endure and survive.
They all rejoin the fight. Nearby, Chameleon picks up her staff and winds up a throw. Chaos Giras spots her. He immobilizes Chameleon with a time stop, then begins pushing a support pillar towards her. Sector destroys the pillar with missiles just as Chameleon is free.
Now do you appreciate the armor? If only you had built it for a more noble purpose.
Whatever its intended purpose, it now serves Lord Havoc's. You will fight and die for his amusement. Rejoice. Embrace the chaos. Fight!
I will embrace victory.
Fight!
I loathe chaos.
Liu Kang dodges club strikes from Titan Havoc.
He is ours, Lord Havoc.
Giras' captors drag him toward the portal. Liu Kang rolls to avoid Titan Havoc's heavy spiked club. He manages to grab a hold of it. Liu Kang throws the club airborne, taking both of Titan Havoc's arms with it. Titan Havoc positions himself to reattach them, then knocks Liu Kang away.
When I return, there will be anarchy.
Titan Havoc shoulders the club, then follows Giras as he is dragged through the portal.
They will not escape.
Sector unfolds her gun arms, but Sub-Zero charges in, obstructing her view. The portal swallows him up.
Behind! No!
Sector retracts her faceplate and stares in dismay. In a starry void of orange and purple light, dark stone ruins twist through one another like gnarled tree branches. Long chains and broken rocks float between them. Along one crumbling stone path, Sub-Zero strides forward. He faces down Titan Havoc and his minions, who are lit by glowing orange crystals.
I hope you are fond of chaos.
Back in the throne room, Liu Kang and the Earthrealm fighters slowly get to their feet. Debris litters the white and gold architecture. Chameleon helps Tanya up. Empress Melina storms in, wearing her ornate magenta robes.
Tanya, detain her!
She points to Sector, who scowls as Tanya grabs her wrists. More Umgadi surround them, pointing their spears. Kitana touches Melina's arm.
Empress, perhaps she has earned mercy. She aided us in combat.
Only because we faced a common foe. She was complicit in Mother's death. She deserves no mercy.
She may not, Empress. But we will need her aid in the current crisis. We shall take the time to discuss.
As you wish.
Liu Kang and Kitana trail Melina out of the throne room. Tanya and the other Umgadi escort the now handcuffed Sector behind them. In a dim stone corridor, the Chaos Kenshi and Takeda glance downward as they drag someone along the floor. Firelight flickers in a wrought iron chandelier overhead. The Chaos attackers trudge onward, dragging a barely conscious Sub-Zero by his arms. Along one side of the corridor, corpses of several different versions of Geras are heaped in a pile. Sub-Zero's eyes widen. In a small chamber ahead, the living Geras dangles from his chained wrists. Several black tubes hang from an iron apparatus, twisting into red syringes along his back. Another tube snakes from the ceiling, and Chaos Geras inserts it into Geras's shoulder muscle. Sub-Zero's captors tie him to a metal braking wheel, then rotate it so that he hangs upside down. Titan Havik walks up as the wheel begins to rise.
He is a gifted fighter. He will do well in the arena.
No. For him, I have other plans. To pass the time while I infuse my Kamidogu with Geras' time crystals.
What are Kamidogu?
You don't know. See for yourself.
Stones glow around the chamber's edge.
They are powerful, ancient relics. When used together, they can remake this timeline's reality. My genius was discerning that they could also shape the reality of other timelines.
A red stone's light flickers out.
If first infused with their time crystals.
He has brains to go with his brawn.
Shouldn't you have captured Liu Kang? Why capture Geras?
Because he is the only being who has lived in all prior timelines. Which means the time crystals within him contain the building blocks of all current timelines. Once my Kamidogu are infused with them, I will have the power to remake all timelines as I see fit.
Condemning us all to anarchy.
Not condemned. Elevated, perfected. As you will be, once I'm finished.
More of the prehensile syringes snake toward Sub-Zero's eyes. In Sundo's palace, Melina examines a map on the wall of her chambers.
This new Havoc is different from ours. The one who helped Xiao's rebellion. He doesn't want freedom. He wants to burn everything down. Smashing timelines together so he can watch them fight?
Our Havoc is less crazed because I recrafted his destiny when I restarted time. Meeting Titan Havoc proves it was wise I did.
First that Shang Tsung, now this Havoc? Will the threats from these titans never cease? Tell me, how do we escape this crisis?
We must rescue Geras before Havoc takes from him what he needs.
I will dispatch several legions. Kitana
Your
will...
Majesty, they are needed here. Xiao's escape, his renewed rebellion leave Outworld vulnerable. Similarly, I cannot go, as my absence would leave the timeline vulnerable.
Which is why you believe we need Sector.
As Lin Kuei, she and Cyrax are trained for this type of mission, and they have the benefit of being with us here. I can send them immediately, under Scorpion's command.
I want neither's help. I will go alone.
That would be unwise. Do not doubt Cyrax's need to make amends. And do not doubt Sector's hatred of Havoc's chaos, or her longing for Sub-Zero's safe return. Neither will betray us.
Scorpion walks with Cyrax.
Trust Sector. Are you sure?
No. I am also not sure I trust you. But Liu Kang is right. We must act.
Down the hall, a now unbound Sector is escorted by Umgadi. She halts before Scorpion, her eyes narrowed.
You understand the terms of your release?
Retrieving Geras is our priority. Rescuing Bihan
is secondary. We save him only if the mission is not put at risk.
That was made clear.
Do not forget.
He jabs a finger towards Sector.
Move! Liu Kang is waiting.
He marches off. Cyrax follows, but Sector pauses for a moment. Her face draws into a snarl before the faceplate of her helmet folds over it. In the crumbling ruins of Titan Havoc's dimension, a fiery portal appears. Scorpion, Cyrax, and Sector step out of it. All three look around as the warm glow of the portal disappears. Rickety wooden structures are haphazardly built into the stone ruins. Overhead, a night sky with swirling green auras provides little light. It washes over the grimy stonework.
I have never seen the like.
Cyrax touches a stream of water as it runs upward.
Nor have I.
She examines her fingertips.
No distractions. Either of you.
Sector crosses her arms, then looks pointedly at Cyrax.
He scolds me like some new initiate? Calm yourself. We cannot save our timeline if we fight among ourselves.
When this crisis ends, we settle our differences.
They walk after Scorpion, passing several ruffians in the streets.
Obey no rules.
In a market stall, a Shokan butchers a giant pillbug. Another reads from two booklets where he stands on a pulpit.
Is right. All that your body craves is holy. From the time you were born, Order's minions have poisoned your mind.
Another Shokan waves his hands near a pink crystal ball. Scorpion wanders to a stall with ceremonial masks and examines an ornate gold one.
How to think. Let Lord Havoc cleanse you with his chaos!
Dozens of refugees mill about the market in dull clothing. Cyrax looks up as a giant snail waves its eye tentacles toward her. Its rider holds the reins loosely. She approaches Scorpion with a frustrated wave.
It is madness. We must find Geras in this.
She motions loosely toward the market. Nearby, a soldier in an olive-drab uniform dashes between stalls. He wears an M1 helmet and aviator sunglasses and glances over his shoulder as he flees. The soldier knocks aside a gambling table and several onlookers, sending coins flying. 3 minions pursue him. When one minion grabs him from behind, he rears back and uses it as leverage to kick a second. The soldier spots a Chaos reptile in red robes, and he flees in the opposite direction. A Chaos Ermac catches him off guard with a punch to the jaw. He struggles to rise. Chaos Ermac and Reptile tie the soldier's hands behind his back and escort him toward a Chaos Baraka.
We know you lead those who resist us. Lord Havik wants their names.
Quit beating your gums. He's getting nothing from me.
Once he breaks the cryomancer, you will be next.
Name: Jonathan Cage. Rank: Lieutenant Colonel. Serial number: piss off.
He strikes Cage on the cheek, then punches his gut.
If he leads a resistance, perhaps he knows where to find Giras. And the cryomancer that Tarkatan mentioned, it must be Bihan.
I concur.
As Chaos Baraka whips out his arm blades, Sector knocks him aside with a spinning hook kick. She helps Lieutenant Colonel Cage to his feet, and he headbutts another minion behind her. Sector sears off Cage's bindings with a small wrist laser.
Welcome to the party, baby doll. What's your name?
Call me Sector.
I'll call you anytime you want.
Nearby, Chaos Baraka holds out his blades.
I love a broad that can fight.
Fight!
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Baraka stabs the victim with an arm blade and lifts them before plunging the blade into their throat, shattering their spine.
Stop!
Keep your teeth to yourself.
Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sector rockets forward and seizes the victim's face with a mechanical arm. She pummels their ribs.
Are all foes here so inept?
I like your grit. You've ruined me for the girls back home.
Less flirting, more fighting.
A burst of green energy knocks Cage back. Sector turns to see the Chaos Ermac.
We seek chaos. You defend order. It will be destroyed. Fight.
Many souls, but little skill.
Fight.
Lin Kuei don't die easily.
The Chaos Reptile transforms into Empress Thorn.
What in blue blazes?
Cage lifts his shades as the Chaos Reptile charges and latches onto Sector's arm. Cage punches his groin.
Oh, shit. This is some bad business.
Unfazed, the Chaos Reptile tackles Cage, snapping at his face. Sector knees Chaos Reptile aside. He transforms back into human form.
Never seen a Zaterran?
Is that what the hell he is?
Lord Havoc wants you captured. Your choice if it is dead or alive.
Fight.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sector rockets forward and seizes the victim's face with a mechanical arm. She pummels their ribs.
The Terrans never impressed me.
Fight.
I choose to be on my way.
Are you hurt?
Not a scratch.
Allow me to salute your tailor. That is a hell of a fine suit.
Cage snaps off a salute.
Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Cage, U.S. Army, 44th Infantry. One moment I was fighting Hitler in France. The next, I was here, fighting some asshole named Havik.
We have a Johnny Cage where we come from. Though the two of you have little in common.
6 months ago, I'd have been gobsmacked by that. But now, I realize I'm weird. A dime a dozen. This mashed up worlds thing has got my brain foobar.
Foobar?
Cage lowers his shades to raise an eyebrow.
Lieutenant Colonel, what happened?
A man in purple robes appears.
At ease, friends. He's with me.
Cage turns to pat his shoulder.
Thank Argus you are safe.
I'd be a gold star in Mama's window if it weren't for these fine people. Emperor meets Sector, and I'm sorry, I never got your names.
Scorpion, this is Cyrex.
I am Rain. No need to use my title, as I no longer have an empire. Havoc has taken it. I assume you're among his latest victims. You do not yet seem the worse for wear.
Havik arrived recently in our timeline, kidnapping a being who is key to his plans to destroy it. We are here to retrieve him.
We've been trying to take Havik down, but we've got shit to show for it. Our attack on his citadel was a bust. A lot of folks died. Rain's wife, Tanya, got captured.
Rain lowers his mask.
She is to fight for Havik's perverse pleasure tomorrow in his arena. To the death. The being Havik kidnapped. I would think he is at the Citadel. It is where Havik spends his time.
Can you get us there?
Sure thing. But getting in, finding your friend, it's a whole nother kettle of fish. Rain's wife is the only one with a scoop on the Citadel's layout.
Then we must save her before it is too late.
Your aid is welcome, but be warned. Death is more likely than success.
The Emperor Rain narrows his glowing eyes. In a huge stone arena, corpses litter the rust-red sands. Versions of Quan Chi and Li Mei duel one another. Frost stabs an ice spear through the shoulder of a man wearing a leather duster. The man falls limp. In the stands, dozens of different Havocs raise their arms and cheer. Two Havocs rip off their own arms, then slap them together in a grisly high five before chucking them into the arena. Above, Titan Havoc is flanked by Chaos Kenshi and Takeda.
Care to make a wager?
The sorcerer, no question.
Frost will win. Every variant of her who's ever fought here has been fierce. I should have kept Kronika alive after taking her hourglass, so I could rub her nose in what I've made of her golden balance.
She would disapprove?
She would despise it. It was her own fault. She didn't think me a threat.
The trio watches the carnage unfold below. Titan Havoc's missing lips and charred jaw form a permanent sneer. On a walkway far above, Cage and Emperor Rain sneak alongside the Earthrealmers. They all stick to the shadows of stone archways. They peer down at the audience.
There are so many Havocs.
All equally revolting. Reiko and Li Mei, the rulers Tanya and I deposed, also revered blood sports. I had hoped I had seen their end.
Emperor Rain has several turquoise tattoos swirling over his brown face. In the arena below, a Quan Chi's green skull gnaws off the Li Mei's face. Titan Havoc raises his arms for the audience.
How long did you hold power?
Before Havik came? Long enough to miss what he destroyed. Everything changed in an instant. Our timeline merged into his and was reduced to anarchy.
The Frost and Quan Chi in the arena trade blows. Frost charges and throws Quan Chi with a snapman, stunning her. She lobs an ice ball, freezing Quan Chi solid. Frost uses a nearby chain to smash his head off, then raises her fists victoriously.
Kenshi wins. My friends! My friends! If you enjoyed that, you will revel in what comes next.
Chaos Kenshi looks down at his sword.
A new combatant will entertain us. One who dared to resist.
Sento glows blue.
Welcome, Tanya!
Portcullis opens, and 5 minions escort a version of Tanya into the arena. One knocks her to the ground with the butt of his spear. One minion has his mouth and neck flayed open in fleshy flaps. Empress Tanya grabs his spear when he attempts to prod her, and jams it through his skull. The audience of Havocs is on their feet. The 4 other husks descend on Empress Tanya, knocking her down. They drag her by the arms.
If she is hurt before we can...
Don't worry. We'll surprise them before combat begins.
Cage touches Emperor Rain's shoulder. Below, Chaos Kenshi's Sento glows again. He grips its handle, then looks up to the archways. The 5 renegades are highlighted in bright blue. Chaos Kenshi whispers in Titan Havoc's ear. Titan Havoc descends a stone staircase and steps into the arena. Chaos Kenshi follows closely behind.
It seems we have an unexpected but welcome wrinkle. Tanya will have partners in combat!
Chaos Kenshi draws his blade and sends a stream of blue energy toward the renegades. He captures them in a stasis. Chaos Kenshi pulls, sending them all tumbling into the arena. As Emperor Rain gets to his feet, Empress Tanya scrambles over to him.
Rain! What are you doing? You shouldn't be here.
Without my Empress, I am not an Emperor.
You celebrate too soon. This fight is just beginning.
Who are they?
They're friends, Tanya.
Cage motions to the Earthrealmers. Above, Titan Havoc ascends a long staircase.
You had no chance of sneaking in here unnoticed. Kenshi's blade excels at ferreting out intruders. I was not expecting you three quite so soon. Your Liu Kang was shrewd to take the initiative.
Come down here, Havoc! We are waiting!
Yes! Entertain your lackeys by fighting us yourself.
You would die too quickly. My followers deserve so much more!
He raises his arms. Several Havocs in the audience rip off their own arms and heads, tossing them into the arena. One Havoc uses his head as a mallet to strike a gong. The portcullis opens and several minions pour out. Cyrax and Sektor rush forth to meet them with swift, heavy attacks. Cyrax downs one with a cartwheel kick, then snaps off a double-sided kick. Behind Scorpion and Lieutenant Colonel Cage, more minions charge in. Scorpion dodges nimbly, downing one with a jumping front kick. Cage brawls with two others, but stumbles as he takes a blow to the back of his head.
Fuck you!
Chaos versions of Nitara and Ashra strut in, each robed in red and yellow.
A vampire? A demon? Havoc needs to do better than that.
When my Chris fells you, Order's collapse will be hastened. With every strike of it, my soul is one step closer to chaos.
Fight! Chaos gains no ground. Fight! As long as I live, I will keep anarchy at bay.
Emperor Rain looks over his shoulder and shoots a burst of water at one of the minions attacking Empress Tanya. Empress Tanya wears a long cape with metallic gold bangles and matching gold body paint over her arms, abdomen, and eyelids.
They will overwhelm us if we don't escape.
Cyrax spots an open gate at the arena's edge.
That way!
Cage catches a Chaos minion's arms, then reverses his grip to stab him with his own sword. Cage winds up a punch to wallop another minion in the jaw. A warhammer knocks Cage to the ground. Scorpion spots a Chaos Sindel and Chaos Shao Kahn. After screaming Scorpion away, Chaos Sindel retrieves the warhammer with her prehensile hair.
Well done, husband. We have them.
They fight like Reiko and Li Mei.
We defeated those tyrants. We can defeat these. I have faith in Argus, Delia, and you.
Empress Tanya grins.
The waters will sweep you away. Fight! Tyrants always fall.
Chaos Sindel's hair reaches toward a massive spiked ball of iron and flings it. Rain slices it in half with a wall of water.
I adore your quick thinking.
Just one of the many reasons you wed me.
Love-sick fools! Cast your eyes here, not on each other, to behold those who bring you death.
Fight! Death will come no closer. Fight! Do not be so quick to demand attention.
Behind Emperor Rain, Sector blasts minions with flames.
We must get to the tunnel.
Yes, expeditiously.
The Empress and Emperor lead the way. Sector, Cyrax, Cage, and Scorpion run after them, pursued by minions.
This will be amusing.
Titan Havoc watches from above. A group of 6 charges through a large tunnel of stacked stone, a horde of Chaos minions close at their heels. The ground crumbles away into a pit of spikes. The Empress, Emperor, Sector, and Cage lead the cross. Cyrax uses friction assist along the wall, while Scorpion bolts using debris. Several minions tumble into the spikes. Scorpion blasts flames at their pursuers. Spiked chains shoot across their path ahead. The group leaps and dodges through. Cage drops into an army crawl on his elbows and knees to scramble underneath. One minion grabs Cage, but his arm is sliced off by the spiked chains. Several more minions are dismembered as they run through. Ahead, 4 pillars shoot darts. The 6 manage to dodge, and the darts strike down the remaining minions. 2 walls trap them.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
So much for our escape.
Escape? The tunnel is an entrance, not an exit. You are now in the maze. Its route is ever-changing. Its traps beyond ingenious. Its denizens wickedly lethal. No one survives. I delight in devising new ways to kill.
We won't give you the pleasure. We won't die here.
Death is assured. The only question is how it claims you.
One wall opens to a hole.
We will weather this storm together.
Emperor Rain blasts them with a burst of water, knocking most of them down. Empress Tanya charges in beside him and uses their staff to strike the nearest minions. Cyrax holds one in place for Sector. He flies in with a spinning roundhouse kick. Cage picks up a shield shaped like a bat wing. He bowls one minion over, then throws the shield like a disc at a second. It bounces off, barely dazing the minion. The brawl spills into a tunnel offshoot. Cage dodges a sword swipe before a wall slams down on his attacker, leaving only its twitching hand. On their side of the wall, Cyrax uses a sword blade from her armor while Cage and Scorpion watch.
It is no use. It's too thick.
Well, this is a pretty pickle.
Cyrax, we are going to keep moving. With luck, our paths will cross somewhere ahead.
Understood. The others are moving on. We should too.
Agreed. Come.
They jog off. In a different tunnel, Sector walks with Empress Tanya and Emperor Rain. They halt as a swirling pink portal appears. Chaos versions of Reiko and Lume strut out with several minions. Rain looks at Sector.
Handle the others, please. The Empress and Emperor are ours.
Sector stares down the minions, then charges in. She tackles one aside, then dodges a club swing from a second.
I am not surprised that you aligned with Havoc. You'll do anything to obtain the power you crave.
Do not lecture us. You're no better. That's why you stole our throne.
We acted for Outworld, not ourselves. To free it from your corrupt regime.
Fight.
You should never have held power.
Fight!
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Li Mei conjures a giant lion head made of energy. She leaps, twists the victim's neck, and throws them into the lion's maw.
You will never regain your power.
Chaos, Li Mei, and Reiko lie inert.
That Sector. We must help.
Empress Tanya and